to a brand new video. So I don't know if you guys follow me on TikTok, but in case you do, you might have seen that I just started a new series on there, which is called Self-Love with Sanne. And in that series, I talk about, well, obviously, like the name suggests, self-love, but it's basically a series in which I discuss topics like body image issues, insecurities. I give relationship advice. Basically, it's a tool that can help both you and I mean, it definitely helps myself as well to talk about it, to become a better person, to evolve as a human being, because I feel like what the world needs most right now is people who actually care about themselves and love themselves and respect their own boundaries. Really important. So instead of just doing that on TikTok, because don't get me wrong, TikTok is currently probably my favorite platform. I post the most content on there. So if you don't follow me on there already, please do. It kind of shifted. Like YouTube was my #1 priority for a long time, but I feel like I kind of gravitate towards short form content. But then again, when it comes to topics like this, sometimes it's hard to fit it all into a 1-minute video. And even like the 10-minute feature on TikTok sometimes isn't enough to fully ramble on. And you guys know me, you know I love to ramble on. So that's why today I wanted to take the opportunity to drink a lot of water. Oh, guys, I'm so dehydrated. That's another, oh my gosh, it's getting everywhere. Apparently I can't talk and drink at the same time. I have been working so hard on trying to drink more water because I just forget. I don't know why. So now I have in my reminders, in like my notes app, I have a reminder to drink my 8 glasses because otherwise I just forget. So yeah, please in the comment section of this video, remind me to drink more water because I feel like you guys are really good at giving me reminders. But anyways, I thought it would be fun today to talk about self-love whilst I do my skincare routine because it's my favorite thing to do and it's also a fun thing to do together. So just pretend like we just had a sleepover. It's the morning, we just woke up together with our stuffed animals. We had a blast last night and now we're getting ready for the day together. And we're going to get started with cleanser, obviously. Wait, before I actually go in with my cleanser, I'm gonna wet my face. Like obviously, usually I would do this in front of the sink, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna do my skincare routine right here because it's winter time in the Netherlands, like I mentioned in some of my other videos. And my living room is the only area in the house where the lighting is kind of okay because I love to film with natural lighting. And my hands, whew, I almost sprayed that in my eyes, and go in with this Hello Kitty cleanser. So the first question is, do you ever get this? There are so many things to be grateful for, but you don't feel completely happy or at peace. Yes, all the time. And it's the most annoying thing ever because I feel so embarrassed about it. I feel like my life is so full, if you get what I mean. It's so full of love and life and experiences. But then again, there's always this feeling of wanting more. And I feel like this is such a common human experience because we kind of have that innate desire of always wanting more, of always wanting to progress. And I'm not saying that's bad necessarily because obviously you want to progress in life, but it's really annoying because it sometimes prevents you from being grateful in the moment, from feeling present in the now. I feel like I'm always on to bigger and better things and I always want more from life. I want to travel more and experience more, and I want more views and more followers, more subscribers, more. And what I don't want more of is this on my face. So I'm gonna quickly wash off my cleanser now. Okay, wash my skin, as you guys can see, all nice and clean. And now I'm going in with this device that I'm so happy with. This is the Amiro R3 Turbo Facial RF Skin Tightening Device. That is a mouthful, but that is the name of this wonderful thing right here. And what it does is that it gets rid of your puffiness. And as you guys might have seen from my other videos, or just if you watch my content regularly, or you might be able to notice it right now as well. I suffer from a lot of bloating in my face. I don't know why. Maybe it has to do with me being dehydrated. Again, reminder that I need to drink more water, but my face is so swollen, especially in the morning. I feel like it's just so round and so puffy, and this device helps you to get rid of it immediately. So I'm so happy that this portion of the video is sponsored by Amiro. Huge shout out to them. I mean, I only promote brands that I truly love and that I feel like actually work for me and will work for you guys as well. And as you guys know, I'm always on a hunt to find new skincare devices. So this is just so exciting, and because of them, I can do this as my full-time job, and you know, I can make videos for you guys. So huge shout out to Amiro for sponsoring me. Okay, let's use the device because this is so fun. This has 3 different modes. So first of all, it has the eye area mode. This is for special care around the eyes, and it helps prevent wrinkles. Then you have what Amiro likes to call the V contour emergency mode, and it's to get rid of that puffiness around here. So, you know, your double chin and this puffiness around your jaw. And then the last mode is the full face anti-aging mode. So we're going to get started with the eye area mode, and you do so in combination with these eye masks. And I'm so happy and so relieved because I don't know if I told you guys about this experience. I don't think I have. I think I was too ashamed of it, but it is no secret that I get my lips done. You know, I just like a little bit of a plump look, just a little bit more of a juicy lip, and I only get 0.5 ml or even less than that actually, because my doctor always wants to go for a natural look. But I once came into the clinic and I was there, and there was a different doctor. I've never met her before, and she was like, oh, like I would totally suggest you getting injections around your eyes because you have some eye wrinkles. And I was like shocked because first of all, I didn't expect a doctor to recommend a procedure to somebody who doesn't ask for it. Like I came there for my lips, not for my eyes, and I felt so insecure afterwards. But I feel like after using targeted skincare for the eye area and eye mask like this, it has helped so much, and I don't have any wrinkles around my eyes anymore. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but they're gone, and they were there, they were visible. Like otherwise this girl wouldn't have mentioned them. So I'm so happy, and it just proves that skincare, it actually works, guys, and it does wonders. Even if you only use it for a couple of months, it can completely change the look of your face, the look of your eyes. So yeah, that is just phenomenal. So before I'm going to use the mask, I first want to take a picture so that afterwards we can do a before and after comparison of my jawline and my skin before using the device and afterwards. Okay, got my picture right here. Okay, so before applying this, your face should be moist. And then with dry hands, you apply these collagen eye patches first. And the other one. And then it is time to apply the eye mask on top of that. This looks so cute in my opinion. Looks like I'm wearing glasses. We're now going to turn the device on. And then you're going to go into intense eye care mode, which is this mode right here. You can also adjust the levels. So we're going to get started with level 3. And you feel a slight pulsation. And it actually feels really comfortable on the skin. And this is supposed to increase eye area firmness by 13.93%, which is crazy. And you just swipe up like that. And then above your eye as well. And then you use it here. You can see my eye moving a little bit. You can see me winking involuntarily because of the device, because of the slight pulsation. And you just repeat this for about like 5 minutes.
5 minutes later.
Okay guys, 5 minutes are over and you can see that the collagen eye patches that were underneath have completely disappeared. And now we're going to go into the neck mask, which I'm most excited about. So to finish off the question, you know, I definitely have the tendency that I want more and more and more and always bigger and better, which is not necessarily good. It's something that we obviously need to work on to be satisfied in the moment. But I feel like it's also something that we can benefit from. So instead of feeling down about it all the time and trying to think of it as a negative feeling, trying to think of it as me being disappointed by the things that I don't have, I try to see it as inspiration. So yeah, I'm not completely satisfied. Is that a bad thing? No, not necessarily, because I can make the conscious decision to make this work. I can make the conscious decision to make this better. We're going to carefully place this on our neck, and you just hook this on your ears like this. Feels so nice and cooling on the skin. So use this feeling of not being completely satisfied to your advantage and try to make mood boards, try to create vision Pinterest boards, try to make a list of the things that you want to accomplish in your life to make your life better and to be satisfied eventually. Try to turn those bigger and better things from wishes into goals, from desires into plans. And that way you can look at it with a more positive outlook and feel like this is actually doing something for you. This desire is not keeping you down, it's not preventing you from growing, it's actually helping you to evolve. We're now going to use the V lifting mode. And again, we're going to move like this to sculpt our jaw. And for this, I've brought up the intensity level. So now it's intensity level 5. Because, you know, my jaw can handle that. And this is the area that I want to contour most. So I'm especially focusing on this under chin that I have, this double chin.
5 minutes later.
And it is time to take this off now. This will look nice and tight. Well, we're going to continue with the last step. First, we're going to apply this gel. Comes in this pretty silver packaging with a pretty silver tube. I love it. It's pink. And we're going to apply this all over the face. And we're going to do so whilst we move on to the next question. And the next question is, what is your biggest struggle in life? And I think that for me, that is the subject of love. I love being in love. I'm a huge romantic. But I don't let many people come close to me. I don't let many people in my heart. But then when I do, it's this super intense, fiery, life-changing experience. This like out of this world love, and it feels so intense and so pure and so wonderful. But when you're on that real high, it can only crash down from there. And it's like the most amazing love, but then the worst heartbreak every time. For this one, we're going to go into anti-aging mode, the full body one, and it's with the full circle. And we're just going to keep the level at like the highest level 5. And we're going to gently move upwards. So as some of you guys might know, I got into my first relationship at a very young age when I was 14. And throughout it, what I struggled with most is that I always had the idea that love was eternal. So you date to marry and then you stick together no matter what. When this person doesn't treat you as nicely, you stay together because you experience so many lovely moments together, because that is part of what love is all about. You know, that is what I thought. I was like, okay, this is for better or for worse, and now we're in a period of worse. You know, I can get through this. I kind of had this winner mentality of like, you know, love is almost like a race, and I'm just going to get to the end, to the finish line, which is getting married, having children, growing old together. But then I realized that, you know, that is not the case. Nothing lasts forever, and nothing should last forever. Perhaps for some it can, but in my opinion, it's better to look at love in a way of like, okay, this isn't eternal. Love isn't forever automatically. Love is not till death. Love is till I can't handle this no more. Love is till this becomes too much for me. Love is till you cross my boundaries and I cannot take this and I'm gonna move on to bigger and better things like we just talked about. Love is conditional instead of unconditional, and that is a tough lesson to learn, especially at a young age where you feel like, you know, love is this kind of Cinderella dream where you meet your Prince Charming at the ball, and then despite all your hardships you can live happily ever after together. But this realization has helped me so much, because that was one of my biggest struggles. I felt like once you have chosen a person, once you love a person, you have to stay together. But let me tell you, if you're in a situation like that and you're a fighter like me, just know that you can leave. You have that option. It is okay to choose yourself instead of the other person. So that was a struggle, but it's not anymore. I'm very happy that I realized that at a young age. By the way, my mouth is moving because of this device. But anyways, my current struggle is a completely different one. It's actually quite the opposite of my first struggle, because this struggle is about letting go. So in this first relationship, I eventually found peace in the fact that, you know, I had done everything in my power to make this work. And I realized, okay, you know, love shouldn't be forever maybe. If this person isn't serving me, if this love isn't serving me, it's okay to call it quits. Especially knowing that I gave it my all. I couldn't have done any better. But with the second person and the last person that I ever loved and that I have in my heart, because I only loved 2 people romantically speaking so far in my life, with this person it was completely different, because I felt like instead of participating in this race and then, you know, failing at the end, knowing that you've done everything you could and you're out of breath and you fall right in front of the finish line and like you can be proud of yourself. I felt like this was a race that was doomed from the very start. This was a race that basically I couldn't even participate in, or maybe I participated in it, but then I lost in the first like few hundred meters, whilst it is like a marathon. I don't know if my analogies make sense, but that is how I feel about it. Especially having such a winner mentality and believing in manifestation and believing that anything is possible in life. This kind of hurt me, because I felt like in this situation, the circumstances were completely different and out of my control, and I couldn't give it my all. Like I said, I couldn't even participate in this race. I couldn't even show everything I got, and that is so difficult because I'm the type of person that is always dealing with these what if questions. What if I was prettier? What if I was more intelligent? What if I did this? What if I did that? And realizing that it wouldn't have made a difference, realizing that I couldn't really fight for this connection made me really sad, and it's something that I'm still struggling with. So I would say that is my biggest struggle, as well as not knowing what the future holds. I'm a person that doesn't get sad about the past as much. I more get like anxious about the future because I do not know what life is going to bring. But then again, nobody knows, and that's the fun part of life. Like, it's full of surprises, but that can be scary sometimes as well. We are finished now with our device, and it's really fun because now you guys can see my before and after. So I'm gonna take a picture again. I will put the 2 pictures side by side so you guys can see my before and after. Obviously, there is a difference. I'm so incredibly happy because that's also one of my biggest insecurities, my jawline. So it's really nice to have a device that can sharpen that a little bit, or like a little bit. It actually looks pretty sharp, so I'm really happy with that. And now they say, okay, you have to cleanse your face again, and then you can start your regular skincare routine. I'm going to go in with some micellar water, and for those of you who are interested in this device, you can now get a discount. Obviously, I have a discount code for you guys. and it's just simply Sanne in all caps. And the link to the product is down below in the description box as per usual. So once again, huge shout out to Amiro for sponsoring this part of the video. Going to go in with this toner. This is the first time that I'm trying this one, and I'm looking forward to it so much because I've heard so many good stories about this one. Next question is, do you think there's such a thing as too much self-care or self-development? And I don't really think so. I mean, yes, for sure, it can be very uncomfortable to be on this journey, as in it's uncomfortable to be aware of your self-development. Sometimes it's easier to just go on with your regular day-to-day life because then you don't have to face the truth and you don't have to face your inner demons. But I do think that it's really important to address those, even though it can make you sad and even though it can put you down. Like you feel like you're going in this downward spiral when you first start really getting into, you know, self-love, self-development, when you first start reading self-help books. By the way, we have a question about that. Next question is about the books that I read. But even though it begins with that uncomfortable feeling, I feel like it's so necessary to be on this journey because eventually you will progress and eventually you will benefit from it so much. And not only you will benefit from growth, but your surroundings as well, your loved ones, your family. It's easier to handle other people if you can handle yourself. So obviously everything in moderation, like it shouldn't interfere with your work life, it shouldn't interfere with your personal life, as in like that you're just focused on your own self-growth and you're not bothered by what other people are doing, or you can't concentrate on your job. But I do feel like you have to include some sort of self-development into your day, maybe even schedule it. Schedule journaling, schedule reading, schedule meditating. It will help you so much, trust me. And when you schedule it and you're afraid of like doing it excessively, because that is what this question suggests to me, maybe if you set aside a certain amount of time, like I'm going to meditate for 15 minutes, I'm going to journal for 30 minutes, and I'm going to say positive affirmations in my mirror for like 2 minutes, then you don't feel like it's an excessive amount of time. Then, like I already mentioned, the next question is about books, your favorite self-help books. Well, I love this question. Oh, do you know that TikTok?
Oh my goodness, I love this question.
I think it's Belly from The Summer I Turned Pretty that said that, right? But anyways, first book that I want to mention is I May Be Wrong from Björn Natthiko Lindeblad. I hope that I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he is a Swedish. Let me look into it. I always forget these tiny little details. Yeah, Swedish. And he became a forest monk in Thailand. And forest monks live a very extraordinary life, obviously. They go back to basics. They don't accept anything from anybody. Food needs to be offered to them. They cannot ask for things. They have a set of rules to live by, and they live in solitude. They meditate. They have these amazing meetings. They have these amazing sessions. And this is all about his journey and his life lessons that he learned throughout it. And it's so beautiful. I love this book. It's full of amazing quotes. I have annotated so much in this book, like literally underlined so much. I don't know if you guys are able to see that, but like, look at me underlining everything. But yeah, this is just a very special book. I highly recommend it, especially if you're interested in Buddhism. It is all about letting go of the small stuff, accepting who you are, managing difficult situations, managing and accepting things that are out of your control. Perfect if you're living a very stressful and hectic life. Then we have this book, which is 101 Essays That Change the Way You Think. And it's exactly as the title describes. It's 101 essays, and they vary, like the topics are all over the place, and that makes it amazing to read because there are chapters for everybody. And I like to read this in a non-chronological order because sometimes I feel like I want to read about self-development, and sometimes I want breakup advice, and sometimes I want friendship advice, and this has an answer to everything. Again, this is a book that I've annotated a lot in. This is more visible because I did everything with highlighter, or like most of it with highlighter. Going in with this Revectin face and body cream, which normally I would never use a face and body cream on my face because I feel like, you know, if it's also for the body, like, is it actually good? It's kind of those 2-in-1 products that men use that you never trust, like the Nivea ones. But this cream, oh, I put a little bit too much. Doesn't matter because I can also use it on my body, but this cream, you guys, is so extremely good for sensitive skin. But yeah, next book that I would love to recommend is Healing is the New High. So this I would especially recommend if you're going through a breakup, but it doesn't only talk about heartbreak. It also addresses other types of rejection that you might feel in your life. And this book is all about raising your inner vibration. This cover is just absolutely beautiful in my opinion. And it starts, for example, by describing the 7 bodies. So, you know, the physical body, the astral body, the mental body, and how they all connect. And then it goes through the chapters one by one, and it gives real life examples of the people that this author, Vex King, that's a cool name, by the way, Vex King has mentored. And this helps you to find that inner peace, that self-love, and to rewrite your limiting beliefs, which is very important. And then last but not least, we're going to put on a little bit of sunscreen. I'm not really going outside today, just to walk my dog. And it's also very, very cloudy and cold outside, but you have to put on sunscreen regardless. It's best to use SPF every single day. And I have to admit, some days I also skip it. I'm not that religious with it, but I do want to set the right example today and use it as part of my morning routine, because it is really important to protect our faces from the UV light. And that is everything that I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you guys liked this video. You got to see my skincare routine. I got to answer some of you guys' questions. If you have more questions, please leave them down below in the comments, and then we can open up the discussion, and I might do another video if you guys like these type of self-love with Sanne videos. And also, if you like them, check out my TikTok because I have a ton up on there already. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I love y'all loads, and I hope you guys love yourself as well. Little heart for you. Kisses.